here. I wanted to put together a quick tutorial video on how to do the colored carbon fiber. Normally the ones that I do are blue. I've done them in a few different colors. I just really like it the best in the blue. I had a couple people asking how to make it, so I thought I would put a video together. So here's an example of one I made over this last weekend. It's a blue carbon Golf Ford GT. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, and I'm going to go and just grab a car out of the garage. Just something that might look good just randomly in blue carbon fiber, and we'll see what we can scoop up here out of the old garage. Something I haven't done anything with. Maybe something like this. Maybe we make a blue carbon fiber BMW M3. Here we go. Brand new BMW. Never even done anything with it. Here we go. Sounds pretty rowdy. So what we'll do is we'll get into the car customization. We're going to come straight in here to the livery editor. What the heck? May as well throw some wheels on here while I'm in here, maybe something cool like that. We'll just go ahead. We'll just go ahead and throw those on there, just for fun, just while we're here. Okay, then we're going to get into the livery editor. I'm going to create a design. And then there's a couple different ways to do carbon. In GT Sport, the only real way was stickers made out of carbon. That they obviously weren't made out of anything because they were digital, fictional stickers, but you get my point. But I think what we're going to do here is, because in GT7 we have these cool carbon fiber paints. The only downside to these paints is you can't paint, say, just the hood or just just certain parts of it. It's all or nothing with these carbons. So we've just there's ways around that. I'll make a separate video on that. But for this one, we were going to use my signature blue carbon is generally the forged. So we're going to use the blue forged carbon, and where we would find that would be in GT Auto in the maintenance, or not in the maintenance section, in the car customization section. We would look in the paints, and we would go all the way to the right hand side, and the carbon fiber paints would be in there, and we can buy whichever ones we want. I like this forged one if I'm doing my blue carbon. It just makes the texture stand out that much more. So now we've got the car in our forged carbon. So here's how we're going to turn it blue. Here's the magic. Okay, we're going to take a decal. Going to get into our decals. We're going to go down here and add a layer. And don't forget this part. You got to go to the roof. The roof is the most reliable way to cover the entire car. Alright, so now we're going to center a decal up on the roof up here somewhere. Remember, R1 locks your camera, so I'm just centering up here, just for fun, kind of picky about stuff. Get that all centered up. Now, again, I've got some of these decals pinned. I could pin this one. It probably would stay right where it's at anyway. I like to use this one. Now we've got that decal. Now we've just got a white square on the roof. And what do we do with that? How do we turn that into turning this BMW, this beautiful car, into blue carbon fiber? Well, the first thing we're going to do, we're going to come over here. Now, we want our decal basically to wrap the entire car, every little crevice, nook, and cranny. So we're going to turn this all the way up, and our depth all the way up. We don't want this decal to miss anything. Okay, now we're going to, never mind the white square on the roof, we're gonna make it what we want, then we're gonna stretch it out over the whole car. It's gonna be like magic. So generally for my blue carbon, I will use a lighter blue like this, sky blue here. If you use too dark of a blue, sometimes it gets too purplish, or it just doesn't really turn out right. So I'm gonna go with the tried and true. I'm gonna go with this sky blue color here. Now here's the real magic. So we're gonna go to where it says edit decal right here. Okay. Now I'm gonna hit triangle. See on the upper right direct input? I'm gonna hit triangle. Then I'm gonna go to my opacity. Okay. And I'm gonna turn that down. You can do however you want. I mean, I've done something up in the 45 to 50 range. I think around 20 is about right. 15 is a little pale. Maybe for this one, maybe I'll go about 17%. Okay, so opacity means how much light passes through that. So right now it's about 17% solid and whatever 83% transparent, I think is how that works out. So anyway, so then we've got that how we want. Now I'm going to circle, I'm going to back out to the last screen, back out. Okay, now I'm going to edit decal. Now here's the magic. I'm going to use my right thumbstick and stretch this decal out all the way as big as it'll go. See on the upper right, it's going up. As big as anything can go is 1,000%. So I'm going to stretch this one all the way out to 1,000%. And there we go. Now, we've got this car in blue carbon fiber. X, save, finish editing layer. Now, if we wanted to, we could do the same thing on body 2 for the hood. Come in here, get just a whatever decal, a square decal. Now this one, I have mine set up to put the new decal on in the same color as the last decal that I put on. Saves a little bit of time. But we still got to come in here, and we still got to put, probably on the hood, we still want to put this up, see, because there's this little section up here that's a grill. You just want to make sure that this gets into every little crack and crevice and nook and cranny. Okay, now we're going to come back in here, edit, we're going to hit triangle. Now this is important that they match. So remember the last one was at 17% opacity. There we go. So now that's the same as the other one. Now we're going to bring that decal all the way up. Now there's really no reason for this to go up to 1,000%. That just doesn't make sense. The car's not that big. So just arbitrarily, for no reason at all, totally random and arbitrarily, we'll put it to 420. And then we'll save that off. Now what we'll do is I'm going to use the preview just to look and see what do I want to leave being raw black carbon. The mirrors look cool, and the little back lip spoiler looks cool being raw black carbon. So I'm going to say that looks pretty sweet. So here's the tutorial on blue carbon fiber. Oh, and one last thing you can do is, because since that is a decal, you can change the glossiness of it and see how that changes. I'm a glossy guy. I usually leave my stuff glossy. You do what you want. We're going to go ahead and look at, what if we change the color of this decal, what's that going to look like here. So we'll do something like this. We've got the hood in blue. I don't want to look at the hood, so because I can't change the hood in this at the same time. So we'll go back in here. See, we've got here's what dark green would look like. Light green, green carbon. You want a green carbon fiber car? Orange green, orange carbon. You can do something with white. It kind of ends up giving this little silvery look. See, this darker blue looks too purpley. There's a pale green. Most of mine end up in this sky blue. So here's it on just a little bit more of a cloudy day. Here's it in full clouds. Here's that. Now if you want to see what it would look like, not in forged carbon, but in the other types of carbon paint, We have the carbon checker. Look at that. Carbon twill matte. Carbon checker matte. Carbon twill. See, my favorite is this carbon twill and carbon forged. And here's another little experiment you can do. Again, I'm going to make another video on this, but now that you've got a transparent blue wrap over the whole car, what happens if you put paint underneath of it? Oh, now you've got a 17% blue wrap over the top. Anyway, it does get gets a little bit crazy in here, so I think what I might do, just for fun, because this whole car is made out of carbon fiber, blue carbon. That's a little bit of one of my trademarks now. So I think I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to put a decal on the rear of this car. Whoops. On the rear of this car here. This is a brand that I've used on a lot of my stuff. I just like the little speed of light emblem on stuff. I just think it's kind of cute. And most of my cars have carbon stuff, and it's lightweight, speed of light, it makes sense. Okay, so there we go. There is the tutorial on making the blue carbon fiber. Thank you very much. See you soon.